Greetings all. Yeah, welcome to this next one. And this is the first one of the year. And I know that it's actually in February, but there are reasons behind that. And it's some of the things that I'm going to talk a little bit about today. And it's burnout when doing regular things all the time, constantly. And not just with photography, but generally in life and that as well. And it's why there's one thing that I do every year when doing this this channel, because obviously I've got a full-time job as well, and this is why periodically I tend to do this. But yep, I think we're in for a bit of a nice one today, but I'm a little bit disappointed. I'll tell you why in a minute. I'm really an idiot. I decided to park, or where I did. It's actually up by the mother-in-law's, and I park up there and I walk down the downs. And like an idiot, I should have actually just parked in the car park and paid. Because it's muddy as hell up there, I'm sliding everywhere. And I'm wearing white trainers. Oh, what an idiot. Oh, what an idiot. Yeah, so let's talk a little bit about burnout. And this is one of the things, it's not just about photography. You know, this happens quite a lot throughout your normal working life and that as well. However, when you're doing photography, there is one thing that a trap that you can fall into quite a lot, and it can affect your work in numerous ways. And it's why every year I do exactly the same thing as where there was probably a bit longer this year, where I put the camera down, don't touch it, and just take a break, because then I start coming up with fresh ideas. And yeah, and the thing as well is, because doing this channel, which I really appreciate you watching this, by the way, it takes a lot of work, and for those that are content creators and they do create the work, they'll understand the amount of effort that actually does go involved. Now, especially when you've got a full-time job as well, is trying to fit in what it is that you're doing with your normal work and your normal daily life. It can be quite draining. So for that 1 month of the year, I'll take a break.
Our hearts beat to the city streets, we began to feel the fire. We rise like tall buildings as the chemicals, they take us higher. The night's young and it's just begun.
So what does this sort of thing like happen then, you know, when you get burnt out? And I think the easiest answer to this one is that because I'm going to take me for an example. Full-time job, which it's really hard graft, you know. So you know, each day when you get home from work, you are pretty exhausted. And then normal family people, you know, you've got your kids to look after, and you know, your normal sort of like evening routines and things. So of course, when it comes to your time off, your days off, you're doing things like this, which, as I said before, is very time consuming. So a bit of an example is, say a 15-minute video that is done for me, you're talking probably around about 1 to 2 hours of recording, because that's where the editing comes in. So obviously, you know, you say this morning I got here at 7 o'clock. It's now 7:30. So, and you probably only watched about 5 minutes, well, probably less than 5 minutes of video. But the time that's gone in, B-roll and all the rest of it, it takes time, and you know, it's the same with anything else is that, you know, you get to a point where you start feeling burnt out and you start feeling drained, you're not concentrating, and it affects the quality of the work that you actually do. There is a point to this. I'll lead on to how this can affect your photography as well, but this is looking rather nice, so I want to try and get a first one in before that sun rises. Right, so on this one I'm going to exposure bracket this one, because we're sort of like still, it's not dark, but you know, that ain't got much light. And down the front, down here where there's the rocks, they're quite dark in texture and that as well. So, you know, I want to try and lift that up a little bit. And then the skies, it's not how it said it was going to be today. It's supposed to be more cloudy. Yeah, bugbear of mine, that is. So yeah, let's exposure bracket this one. And I've focused into this group of rocks. It's just on the left-hand side. The sun is to the right. I probably could come back a little bit to try and get that orange glow over there, sort of a bit more on the that third line, but it's near enough, so I'm quite happy with it. Yeah, exposure bracket. So we've got 3 exposures, 1 under, 1 correct, 1 over. Blend them together. Yep. So ISO 400. Actually, I'm going to change this a minute because, yep, that's better. ISO 400, F11. I know I said about F11 myth before. You might want to probably watch that one, but it suits my purposes here. And we are a 40th of a second. So what are sort of things you can do then to, you know, get past this sort of burnout, this phase where you're feeling, I'm going to talk for it as a, you know, photography side of things now, not just in general. And the thing is because you can be doing too much too quickly, but this also goes the same for learning. You could be pushing yourself too quick to learn. And the thing is when you push yourself too much too quick to learn, is you're just going to end up, you know, not enjoying what it is that you're doing, and there is so much that can affect it. So sometimes it's actually really good. Take that step back, take a breather, and then try again. And I'm going to give a bit of a good example. It was only a couple of days ago, and I just felt like having a bit of play around at home. And what I normally do is I just like ask somebody, give me a subject of something to play around with. And I've done the same thing. It's a pencils, right? So I was like, okay. So I said I would start and I wasn't enjoying any of it. I wasn't liking the outcome and all the rest of it. And then I just thought, do you know what? I'm thinking too complicated here. I'm trying to overcomplicate. I'm trying to do too much for just such a simple shot. And I just went, and then I had an idea, and then I took the shot, and I really like it. And it just goes to show that sometimes you could try too hard, too much, too quick, you know, and it's advisable, just take that step back, relax. Which is what I'm doing today really, is I'm feeling really relaxed because I took a bit of a break, feeling really relaxed, loving this, because I haven't been here for, well, since December. So, you know, I'm, yeah, really, really enjoying this. And I'll be truthful, the only time no, probably a couple of times, about 2 or 3 times I've actually come into the town, is probably about 2 or 3 times through the whole of December and January, because we're now in February. So, yeah, strange, but loving it. I'm feeling refreshed. Well, I don't know at what point my battery decided it was going to go on the M50 there, but you know, it is a guzzler. I think I'm pretty much done here, but I want to move over because the sea's quite rough, and I want to see if I can get it. The thing is, the tide's going out, which is annoying. But I'm going to move, and I want to see if I can get something else a little bit further up. I've actually done on this one, I've done a long exposure on this one. I really do like that. So if you want to see how to do nice long exposures without having to use an app, video for that one, real simple. So yeah, 10 stop filters on, 30-second exposure, that looks really nice. Okay, right, sorry, I've got to quickly change to a different camera, purely because the battery on my two batteries within a couple of hours is ridiculous on the M50. There are things that can frustrate you in your photography, and that you can suffer with burnout, and there's so much that can go wrong. But I'm going to give you one little bit of advice that, you know, hopefully it's going to, well, basically help you. Is we've all been there. Things go wrong, things happen, and sometimes take a little break, literally take a little break. One thing I will say is don't ever give up. One little tip I'm going to say is that to keep you interested, buy a little something, whether it's a new camera strap, a new tripod, or, you know, it does have to be expensive, because it'll get you back into it again, because it'll be something that you want to try and something that you're going to want to use. I got myself a new bag, pretty nice, it's light and all the rest of it, so a review will be coming up with that one pretty soon anyway, and the reasons why I chose it, so subscribe if you're going to want to see that one. But come on, let me know in the comments, when you're feeling a bit down with your photography, what do you do and how do you get back into it? So, as always guys, thanks for joining on this one. Really sorry about the ending of the two batteries going flat, but this sort of thing happens. But anyway, take care, stay safe, and I'll see you soon.